I get what people are saying with superhero movies, but moving forward, I think that Marvel is trying things more than people realize. I think Marvel's out there pushing things more than people realize. And while I acknowledge what people are saying, I think it's cool to sometimes just step back from the trash talk and let's be positive for what deserves to be positively talked about.
Sure.
Everyone, do you enjoy Double Toasted? Then put it on your body. Check out our tpublic.com merch store where you'll find all these wonderful designs that look great on high quality t-shirts with more designs coming soon. Or check out other high quality items such as mugs, pillows, tote bags, and more. Once again, that is tpublic.com, teepublic.com, or click the link in the description below. So, here we go. In addition to Marvel being formulaic, anti-cinema, and just downright lazy, now they woke. Everything was fine. Marvel, did you really need, I know you wanted this, but did you really need a Muslim superhero? Ain't we got ain't enough white people in here. That's the problem.
Are you writing for Ben Shapiro now?
Is he have an opening? Is he hiring? He got an opening?
Not you. He ain't
Now, that's not me saying this at all. That's not me saying this about Muslims. That's not me saying this about white people. But there's people who are always upset when you change a little something, especially with the Muslims out there, because people are saying, "Wait a minute, ain't Muslims the enemy? Ain't they still blowing up shit?" Like every Muslim does this. If that was that's a horrible stereotype, y'all. And this is why some people are saying that we need more things like Miss Marvel.
Sure.
Miss Marvel is the latest superhero and the latest superhero show coming to Disney Plus from Marvel. This does deal with the young girl whose superhero name is Miss Marvel, but her real name is what, Mark?
Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan. Just the sound of that. I ain't watching this show.
You said Khan?
Yeah. Nah, people. She's a breakthrough character because, one, everybody's all for female superheroes right now. That's a little bit of the diversity going on right there. But really, some people say, man, ain't enough Muslim love going on out there. Marvel, what about us? Again, this is going to be a Disney Plus show, which some people are excited about because they say, you talk about Marvel can be formulaic, but when they get to those shows, man, they do a little extra something different. They put a little extra oomph in there. But we're going to talk about this trailer that just came out for the upcoming show, but what I really want to do is I want to address the whole thing of Marvel being criticized for certain things. And this is not me saying that you're wrong, but this is just me saying, you know what, just for once, sit back and just look at the good things that they're doing. And they are. And this trailer right here kind of proves that. Talk about this trailer. Let's talk about this character. As I said, there's a deeper discussion to be had here, but let's talk about what we just saw. I'll tell you this, man. I can relate to this character just from this trailer right here. People are like, what, you Muslim? No. Were you a chick? No. No, that's not it at all. I think I relate to this girl because, man, reminds me when I was a kid. They got that part where, I used to daydream and just I used to daydream and just drift off in front of people.
Oh yeah. And
I had so many people had to whistle at me. Woohoo, Corey. Yeah. I used to because I used to just have an active imagination like this chick.
Already? Really?
You're like, I'm talking to you right now, girl. Damn.
But yeah, that's cool because I used to stare out the window all the time in elementary school. I used to just go out the window and I'd be gone. I don't know what the hell they're talking about in there.
You're like, damn, I'm gonna get you some Adderall. This is No, I used to do this all the time. And a lot of kids, I think it's going to be more family oriented too, because a lot of kids also had this whole thing where they would dream just like her, looking out the window and being a superhero, which I know I did.
Well, you think about it, you dreamed about being a superhero because you read comic books and saw cartoons.
Yeah.
In this world, you dream about superheroes because there are superheroes.
Because there are
Right.
superheroes. Yeah. Which means that she had the, ability to actually become one. So,
Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
yeah, exactly. I'm a little jealous
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Got Middle Eastern dudes with roses in their
Yeah.
teeth and all that kind of
yeah, looking hot and shit. Hey, I thought that was cool though. We're gonna get into the diversity thing here, but I did think it was cool that they actually showed the love interest, the crush, being a brown dude.
Yeah.
They show them in the mosque.
Yep, they should do.
Praying in the mosque.
I don't know much about this character at all, but what I do know is that she has freakishly big hands. And I kind of, now this is the comic right here, and you see it in the comic, they look like hands. I kind of like that in the show they've taken that power, and they're not actually hands. They're more like light that's forming hands, as you can see right here.
Well, yeah, because in the comic, she's an Inhuman. Because Marvel went through this whole thing where they were like, well, shit, if Fox ain't gonna give us the X-Men back, then we're just not gonna make X-Men, and we'll make the Inhumans the new X-Men, and everybody's gonna love them. Inhumans, and everybody went, I don't want no goddamn Inhumans. You better get the X-Men back. And during that time, they were like, hey, create a new superhero. We'll make her an Inhuman. And that was her thing, that she could make parts of her body get really big. Here, I bet they tried. They were like, this does not look right.
This looks silly.
Yeah. So her power seemed to be here more like a Green Lantern.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it. And I'm glad because even in cartoon comic form, those hands freak me out.
Yeah.
Big. I mean, I know it's a comic and everything, but I'm like, if it looks crazy in a comic, it's gonna look even crazier in real life. And I think you're right. I think they probably tried to do it, and they're like, man, this looks like The Mask.
Right. Or it's just unsettling.
Me not knowing about the character, and the chat might know, but I want to know where her powers came from, because if you look at the trailer, it does look like there's some rings from Shang, or the rings from Shang-Chi, which could be a thing because they're both Asian,
Well, the thing is, if you're an Inhuman, you have this in you don't know, and I don't remember what has to happen, but you go into a cocoon state, and when you come out, you have whatever power or deformity from that point
But it
forward.
looks like she went to an attic and found something. Woo, shit.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's some good power. Yeah, man. So you don't know what the deal is with
what they're doing here? No.
what in the comics? Because she was an Inhuman, you say that's how she got it.
Yeah.
So she did the whole cocoon thing and everything like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was some kind of rock you had to be close to, or something you get exposed to, and like they did some of that. I did a whole season of it with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where if you got exposed to this thing and you weren't an Inhuman, you would just die horribly.
Oh wow!
But if you weren't, if you were, the cocoon would form, and then once you broke out, you had whatever ability, or deformity, which happened to a lot of people. That's how it would go down.
Deadpool.
In a way, yeah, it does kind of sound
Right,
like
man.
that.
We're gonna see if we can pull your mutant powers out.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
not,
Yeah.
you die. If you don't have any, you die. And if you do, I'm sorry, it was specific, but yeah.
Yes, yeah, I didn't catch it, but yeah, you're right.
No, I'm really happy that they chose a different possible origin here. Maybe they're connecting things because the Marvel universe the cinematic universe is now something that is considered to be almost like an alternate universe in the comics, and so they change things around all the time. A lot of these changes have to do with what's going to look better on the screen or what's going to fit in the story that we set up. So yeah, man, I think that's a very wise decision to put light hands on her instead of like big ass rubber hands, looking like she got Hulk hands on.
Right?
Fake ass.
Yeah, fake ass Hulk hands. Yeah. I do want to talk about though. I want to talk about the importance just of this concept. Not really the trailer. I mean, because we'll see the trailer in a little while and we can speculate a lot of things, but I really want to talk about why this is important here, man. And before I do, just allow me to do a quick ad here. Since we're already talking about comics, we're already being nerdy, why not just tell you about some video games? I want to tell you about this game here, this MMORPG Guild Wars 2: End of Dragons. Now, to be totally honest with you, I have not played this, and I don't want the game developers or the company to get mad at me for saying this. I didn't feel right about talking about it at first. I didn't know if I wanted to, because there's a lot of video games being pushed out there. But somebody told me that this is actually pretty cool.
Okay.
Somebody who's a gamer who has played this had told me, yeah, go and talk about it, man. It's actually pretty cool. Again, this is Guild Wars 2: End of Dragons. And if you're a fan of RPGs or MMORPGs, then this is something that you might be interested in. This is newly released right here. I know the importance of going to some place where people are welcoming, it's not too intimidating. This community for this game has over 16 million people. And they say that this community is actually very welcoming. It's not too daunting. People want to come in and help you out. And it's not all about fighting and going in and defeating, creatures and whatnot. This is a huge world too that you can just go when this is when I say community, you can do community things. Like you can go and hang out with friends there. You can fish. You can go and find secrets. You can explore and find, a way around the land. It's not all about action all the time.
Okay.
So this is something I thought people might like, since we have a gaming show. All of us play games here. Mm-hmm. I will try this out, and if nothing else, it's a beautiful looking game. Let's go ahead and just give you a little sample of it.
An echo in the mist, a possibility.
Now the cool thing with this also, someone just told me, is that there's no subscription fee to get in here and play. It's free entry to get in, explore, see if you like it. So then again, that's where I'm telling you, which I don't mind telling you about this. You got nothing to really lose.
Is this for a game system or your phone?
I think that this is for PC only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is PC only. So if you're a PC gamer, play RPGs, MMORPGs, go ahead and try this. You got nothing to lose. It's free. That's why I felt comfortable to tell you about it. And it does seem like it's something where you can go in and actually form bonds and friendships with people out there while you just hang in the world. It's not always something where you have to go in and constantly battle. If this is something that you want to try, then, and I encourage you to do so, especially if you got nothing to lose, go to guildwars2.com/EN/END -of-dragons. that END is end of dragons. And give it a shot. As we've seen with some other titles that are out there, people are really getting into these open world games. They're loving the chance to explore. So try it with this and let me know what you think. Please let me know what you think. And I want to thank Guild Wars 2, End of Dragons, for sponsoring this portion of the show, and also all of you out there for your support. All right, so here's what I want to talk about real quick. So let's talk about the superhero genre in general, especially when we come to Marvel. Now, the whole thing is that people have been saying it's formulaic, it's getting tired, it's really pushing more than anybody. Marvel's pushing hero fatigue. You ruin cinema. You're pushing all of the good movies out that grown folks can go see, the mature people out there. And now you see this and it's like, here we go again with another one. I would say people do have a point to a certain extent. I mean, there's a grain of truth in all of this. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree that we do see movies being pushed out and not getting the same sort of exposure they used to. But also, let's be fair and say that it's not just superhero movies. It's blockbusters in general that are doing this. Well, superheroes have a large part of it. But.
Yeah, and nobody looks at the horror movies because they don't seem to have a problem with getting into theaters and making money.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's a very good point.
I mean, people, they tend to want empty calorie fun movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the trend. And if they're colorful and they're with superheroes, full of action and comedy, what's not to want?
Yeah.
It's been that way since the 90s, man.
Yeah.
Like people were into heavy movies in the 70s.
Yeah, people, and let's not forget that what these movies are doing is really they have a formula, but they're kind of replicating the comic book model. I mean, you read comic books to see those formulas over and over again. Sure. Not saying it's an excuse, but because these are movies, it's something different. But I'm just saying, there's I get what people are saying with superhero movies, but moving forward, I think that Marvel is trying things more than people realize. I think Marvel's out there pushing things more than people realize. And while I acknowledge what people are saying, I think it's cool to sometimes just step back from the trash talk and let's be positive for what deserves to be positively talked about.
Sure. And the thing about Marvel is, as formulaic as they might get, or so a lot of times I'll complain just because the edges are always so soft. But they do put out a quality product. I don't think you can argue about that. I mean, there's lots of stuff you might watch on the CW where you're like, guys, come on. I'm not a child here.
Yeah.
Right.
And listen, stylistically, there are a lot of things going on with Marvel where behind the formula, they are doing things where, I can say that they are giving directors and creators more of a chance to put their stamp, to let those particular movies stand on, stand on their own, stylistically stand apart. Because I look at this and I think that I love the style that they're doing with this. Because looking at this, I love the way it opened up with kind of that cartoony illustration theme that they got. The word balloons, the sound effects, the onomatopoeia, whatever. The Marvel logo with the jiggly illustration thing going on. This is it reminds me. This is probably going to be more leaning towards the family-friendly movie because it reminds me what they're doing with the Spider-Man, with all the Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way. All of those have sort of that same kind of aesthetic when they do like their closing credits. And you say, yeah, so they're doing Spider-Man over again. Well, actually, I think they're pushing a little bit more because this made me think also of like Scott Pilgrim.
What's that about?
Hopefully she don't get her ass beat like that.
That's the wrong clip, boy.
Shit, I'm sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to put you out like that.
Scott barely got that head back, didn't he?
Shit. Damn, Scott.
Don't let him do like
Knocked
that. Yeah. Woo.
Knocked him into his own letters.
Yeah, exactly. Take your ass to sleep.
But this looks kind of like not completely, but like, man, kind of fun, like in that Scott Pilgrim kind of way.
Well, also you think of somebody in school who's going to be doodling in notebooks, so it comes across that way.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it yet, but throughout this trailer, I'm seeing little bits that are in Turning Red as well.
I've seen half of Turning Red. I haven't seen all of it. And you're exactly right. I definitely see that in here, man. Especially with the little things that pop over people's heads, little word balloons, love.
Multiverse,
what's that?
The Spider-Man what's the cartoon?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah,
the word balloons come up from those.
A lot of people are using that animation style and it's crossing over into live action now. So, it's cool to see. But the point is, you look at the surface of Marvel and you say that, man, they're all doing the same thing, but they're not. Really, stylistically, if nothing else, is standing apart. And if you look at it that way, that counts for something because if they can Marvel does need to push it more.
Yeah.
If they can push it more, not only are you going to have these lighthearted, almost family-friendly or straight out family-friendly and kid-friendly adventures, but if they push it more, you're going to start getting, as a contrast to the lighthearted stuff, you're going to get dark stuff or edgy stuff like Deadpool. Which they said Deadpool 3 is going to happen and it might be very violent. Also, they're talking about with Moon Knight. Moon Knight is kind of pushing things a little bit as far as violence and darkness. But my point is, if you start having light, fun, cartoony, family-friendly, kid-friendly stuff, you start doing dark stuff. Let's just say after Moon Knight, we're able to get like the Predator the Punisher, or the Predator. Disney owns him too. We start getting the Punisher. We start getting a harder Deadpool.
Rated R.
Rated R Deadpool, or a harder Daredevil. Things like that. Then, or you even have things like they're doing with the comedies now, like straight out, like they said they're coming out with a legal comedy with She-Hulk.
Right.
Yeah.
All of this. Maybe story-wise, you're not getting that variety that you like. Maybe you're getting the formula, but stylistically, that counts for like making this world seem bigger.
Sure.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but the main thing is, and I just want to talk about the art first because I don't want to throw anybody off getting too heavy. But, I said this before, and I'm going to double down on this now. As much as people complain about Marvel, and I'm talking about industry people, I'm talking about the Scorseses, the Coppolas, Ridley Scott's out there, all these people. And again, not to say they don't have a point, but, all these people that say this, saying that, maybe these movies have no cinematic or artistic merit to them. A lot of the stuff that y'all are talking about that does have that artistic merit or that cinematic merit, a lot of that stuff was very exclusive. I can't say that Scorsese or even Francis Ford Coppola, who I think are brilliant and extremely talented people, I might even go around and say genius, but they weren't doing anything to really push diversity that much.
Oh, for sure.
No.
I look at Marvel. Give Marvel credit for at least going out and pushing diversity. No one was. If Marvel didn't have the power that they had, no one would be right now, I don't think, trying to push into the mainstream with a lot of money behind it. A Muslim superhero that is actually allowed to be Muslim.
Oh. No, they wouldn't.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe you fix your mouth up and say that shit, man.
Don't you upset that? That shit get cool. All right, Billy.
Let me talk at you for a minute. But seriously, it would be literally like her name would be Khan. It would be alluded to if they even did it.
Right.
If they did it, it would be alluded to.
Alluded to.
She would have the name. Her dad might have an accent.
Mm-hmm.
The boy would be straight light-skinned Middle Eastern or white.
Oh, her interest, her crush would be white.
Exactly.
He'll be a white dude.
And you wouldn't see no schmatters in the head. They wouldn't be going nowhere near a mosque.
No.
And that's it. So, I mean, they even showed in the trailer, like, look, this is what we're about, which I thought was pretty great.
This
is
all these people out here talking about, how Marvel is not doing anything but ruining cinema. For some people, it actually, it improved cinema. It improved the culture of Hollywood. It's because they're the main ones. Like as far as the big money people, Marvel's really the main one who's pushing that level of diversity in Hollywood. Hey, wasn't nobody trying to give no Negroes money before Marvel was out there?
And bow down. We own ya. We only getting started now. Cause we own ya.
Again, the reason why that movie's a blockbuster, well, it's a cool movie, it's great, but nobody gave us that until Marvel came.
Sure.
And again, I ain't trying to kiss Marvel's ass, but nobody was doing that.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody was doing that. And again, I'm just going to say this one more time real quick. I'm so sick. Diversity does not mean woke.
Thank you.
Oh, I know.
I'm so sick of them using that as a blanket all term.
Because they don't know what it means.
No.
Well, they don't want it. Sorry,
they know what it means. No, thank you, Billy. You were right. They know what it means, but what people do is they make counter buzzwords just as a quick way to deflect you. You say diversity, which ain't nobody trying to take anything away from anybody. Why are you so mad at seeing a woman or a person of color in a lead role? You still got your shit, but when you say, ain't nobody taking shit away from you. Everybody.
I know, but we could have had more though.
Right, yeah, but that's exactly what it is. It's you getting over on us, you're taking something away from us. But by that, but conceptually, you may as well get mad there's a Welsh Superman. You may as well get mad there's a Welsh Batman, an English Spider-Man. Like that's supposed to be us, right? I mean, depends on what is it, race or is it? I mean, what is it? How far do you go with that?
Yeah, no,
so it's bullshit.
No, you're right. Y'all are right, man. And
sorry,
woke is just a minute. When you say diversity, or you try to make an argument for it, somebody says, stay woke, stay broke, or all this wokeness. Man, it's a buzzword. Take that word and shove it up your ass. It means nothing. It's empty. It means nothing. It just means you don't want to be challenged on certain truths and you're uncomfortable, or you just don't like change. Nobody wants to hear that. But
willfully ignorant.
Thank you. For all these people that are talking shit about Marvel, and some shit talking deserves to be done, but they're out here trying to, they're doing more for diversity than a lot of people with the kind of level of money that they have. I'm looking at Shang-Chi.
It means more that they do it.
Yeah.
Because it'd be easy for them to not.
Exactly. It's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shang-Chi's out there. We got a Muslim superhero here. They're doing things to push women. They're even doing things to push gay characters out there. You might not like it, but it's the world.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what the world we live in.
It reflects the world we live in.
Yeah.
And also, especially with this one, because nobody knows. I mean, I shouldn't say nobody. I'm sure that this is not a widely popular character like the rest of these are. So they didn't have to do this at all.
No, they didn't.
They didn't have. They had to
No.
They had to do this at all.
She's
and nobody would
relatively
know.
new on the scene, and they could have, yeah.
I never even heard of this. Maybe I've heard of Ms. Marvel, but I knew nothing about it.
Yeah,
I was like,
no, you're right. They did this because they wanted to give something to.
Sure.
Look, you can call it checking off boxes, whatever, man. But
at least they checking them.
that is true. And I'm sorry. I'm not saying this because some people say I'm saying this because I'm always arguing on behalf of black people. No, man, I think everybody deserves to be seen. I think women deserve to be seen. I think all brown deserves to be seen. Black deserves to be seen. Handicap deserves to be seen. Gay people deserve. Everybody needs to see themselves. It's important. And the only people who don't understand that are the people who have seen themselves for years and take it for granted.
Yeah.
That's why democracy. I ain't gonna get political, but that's why democracy is in danger because people have taken it for granted who have had it easy.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. So don't say what you want to about Marvel, but don't say Marvel is out there ruining shit. Marvel, I will always defend Marvel as long as they're trying to do this because Marvel's putting people in shit that nobody else wants to take a chance with. Not with the level of paychecks they're doing it with.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're absolutely right. Exactly. The budget they're doing it with and things like that. And just like with Black Panther, they didn't have to do that, but they did that. Also, they didn't have to hire a black director, but they did.
That's true.
I mean, this shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Oops, sorry. I mean, Black Panther. Shut up. No, you're right. All
right. You can jump in when you feel
and they're
like
trying to do it. And people for a long time, I can tell you this from my point of view, for a long time, on Billy's point over here, where they hired a black director, there were times when they said, all right, you know what, we're going to get this all black cast, we're going to throw some money at it, but we ain't going to let no black ass direct this.
No.
We ain't going to let them run the ship.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I love that movie, Color Purple is a prime example.
Exactly.
As much as I love Spielberg, as much as I love that film, that's the prime example of it right there. There's countless others.
So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I mean,
call them black comedies.
I am looking forward to this. This character looks cool. Taking everything else, all the politics and social issues out of it. This
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it too.
Also, her and Miles Morales had a little thing for a while.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miles Morales, I think, is coming very soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny how you always say, like, and this is a compliment before I'm looking at you, you're already like, oh, shit. It's so funny, he's like, I know a little bit. And then he goes and kicks the knowledge the entire time.
I knew it. He's modest as hell.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I knew something. I read some books with her. I read the first couple of collections. And they also formed kind of like a Marvel's Teen Titans, the champions.
Oh, that's nice, man. No, that's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. I think Miles is coming pretty soon. I had to push back on a little something. Oz said. Oz is what I think is gonna happen with Spider-Man. So you're gonna have Spider-Man go through his high school years. You're gonna have him go through his college years, and you're gonna have him go through his adult years. And you're gonna get 9 or 10 movies, and after that he's gonna die, and then that's when Miles Morales is gonna show up. I said, man, I don't like that because I want to be alive when when Miles Morales comes in. I don't want to be 80 years old waiting for Miles Morales.
I don't think the people are gonna put up with waiting that long.
No, they're not. No, because we're talking about like 20 years down the line.
Yeah,
almost.
Sorry, I ain't gonna have.
Yeah, no, I said no. These characters are gonna come sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, they got a second Into the Spider-Verse movie coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to get more people going. Okay, where's my live-action Miles Morales?
Yep. Very much, very true, very true. But yeah, people, that's all I want to talk to. Thank you guys. Y'all had a lot of great things to say, man.
And don't let Tom Holland try to ask for more money.
Oh yeah, that'd be it.
Well, he's in a position where he can do it, but Marvel will only take so much.
Yeah, they will. They'll be like, all right,
we'll have.
Donald Glover, you got a cousin, right?
Right.
Yeah. I'll do a little more.
Shit, Tom Holland keep around. They'll get your boy to play Spider-Man.
Found a whole new way that expose the in-between spaces.
He's part of the Marvel universe.
He is. They'll do a multiverse. Terrence Howard, Spider-Man. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.